What's up, everybody? Welcome back to something new. It's oh, my fiddly fig is really shining through with my background. That's fine. To something new. This is not Lark's Prophet. Sorry, my cat again. Oh, he bit me. Meanie. Not Lark's Prophet. This is a game of the One Ring solo, or Strider mode, as they call it. Bit of a mixed bag here. Yesterday, I recorded for about 2 hours or more, only to find that the music I had on, which I could barely hear here, was so loud that no one could actually understand what I was saying. And so, oh no, I just got a bunch of music. I'm not sure why. Oh, I know why. There we go. Music's gone. We're not going to play with music. Unfortunately, that does, make it a little less immersive. But you're watching someone play a board game, basically. So, and I'm going to have to check the different tables and results and things like that all the time. And so, we're not professionals here. I don't, even professionals, I would say, are not really professionals. They're just playing games they like. Feriador, map of Feriador, core rules. Here we go. So yeah, we're going to start in our second session rather than our first. I'm going to call it our first session. And we're going to think of the session that you will never see as, and even if you did, you wouldn't be able to hear what happens. We're going to call that the prologue. And maybe it will be alluded to, considering I have notes on it. And my character did gain some experience from it. So maybe that's like where that previous experience comes in. If you've never played the One Ring and you're curious about it, I have a series of videos about character creation, how to do that, mostly based on, here's the rules. We're going to be using the Strider mode rules and the core rules. Adventures, characteristics, adventuring phase, here we go. So, yeah, oh, my picture went away. Maybe we won't do that. I'll leave these down here. So yeah, let's think about this a little bit. Yes. Yeah. Okay. There was no last time, but David Waywood is a Breelander. He grew up in Bree. He's known for his woodsmanship. He is a lumberjack and a carver. He isn't a family man. I don't see him having a family. Maybe there is a sort of a forbidden love in his past. I think that would be sort of cool, but that's like sort of being done and gone. Like, he likes the idea, but it's not something. It's not for him, so to speak. And he's now, well, he took a mission from Gandalf to go search for the undead who had spilled out of the Barrow Downs into the South Downs. And he had been tasked to destroy them and take good news to a small town near Sarn Ford. That's not on the map, because there are apparently towns that are not written down because they're too small. I mean, which makes sense, because if that was true, there'd only be Tharbad, Bree, Numenos, Fornost, which are both not inhabited, really. the Grey Havens and the Shire would be like the only, and Mickledelving, I guess that's part of the Shire. Longdeer, I guess, would also be an inhabited place in Rivendell. So he took this mission and he got his ass kicked. They wouldn't say that in Middle-earth. They would say that he was beset by shadow, or besieged by shadow, or the shadow overcame him. But really, what happened was he got attacked by a couple wraiths. I think I sort of was a little too liberal on the enemies I was fighting in terms of their number, because as soon as they attacked, I just was like my character was almost dead. David Waywood was almost killed. So he had to run away. But before he met these, or tried to fight these wraiths, he found the body of a man named Darren. Darren was sort of like the no good of Bree, and this person's body, he was dead, his face was pale, and on him he had a small hand mirror that David took from him, and he still has with him. We don't know much about this hand mirror. I don't know much about it anyway as the player. But when he returned to Bree and escaped the undead wights and marsh dwellers, he returned to Bree with this mirror. So he comes into Bree with his old horse. His old horse is named Bo. Let's take a look at our character sheet here. And Bo, and he had a tough time of it. He has to go to, David goes to the Prancing Pony, and he stumbles in, clutching his self. He's beat up. He's not injured, but he's exhausted, and he's like all bedraggled. He's been out in the South Downs for 5 or 6 days. He's probably got like maybe some dried blood on his face that he doesn't really know about. He's carrying his axe, and he sort of comes in after someone has stabled his horse Bo. And he comes in and he sort of slides into his seat, drops his sword, and he says, "Oh, I'm gonna need a room. Barnabas Butterbird, the proprietor of this place, not Barlaman. Barnabas, presumably Barlaman's father, or maybe a great uncle. Who knows?" And David says, "I'm gonna need a room. It's a good meal. And he's going to sort of be there, and Barnabas comes over and he goes, "Good God, man, where have you been? David, look at me." He hits David in the face, or gives him a slapping. David's like, "Oh, stop, get off me. I took a job by the wizard. I went to the South Downs. And I met horrors there. They were dreadful. They were dead. And I don't even know how it got out there, but Darren's body. Barnabas goes, Darren made it out there? How far? And David goes, "Oh, some 3 days ride or march." in the hills themselves. Halfway up a hill, he was sliced and bit, and I fear that he was maybe taken while outside the Bree walls. Barnabas goes, no, we can't. We know that those things from the Downs never come that close to the to the town walls, and oh no, sorry that. Looks like I somehow turned off my pop out. There we go. Somehow turned this off. David says, well, if they don't come that close to the walls, then what do you think Darren's body was doing out there? I never had much respect for that man, but I've got to say, seeing his body out there is right sad. I think others are coming over to David and sort of like clustering around, and there's men and women, even like a young boy with his parents, and going, what did you see? What did you see? Tell us the tale. David says, get me an ale, and I'll tell you what you want to know. And Barnabas rushes over to get an ale, and he comes back with a overflowing pint. David grabs it and he goes, drink some. I came along a well-worn path, went out south into the hills. Everything seemed fine, and then I don't know, maybe it was the miasma that came off the Barrow Downs, this strange mist or haze. But it actually nearly blocks out the sun. And I saw in that haze these shadows just circling overhead, far off. I knew what they were. Crows of some sort, carrion birds perhaps. And so I went to the place where they circled, and that's where I found his body, where I found Darren's body. And when I was there, I could see shapes in the mist, shapes moving just beyond my vision, and something was lit inside me. Some fire for vengeance. I know not what foul creatures these were, but it was clear to me that I had to do something to avenge Darren, but also because that gray wizard had asked me to see to these undead. Is he still around, do you think? One person pipes up. The old man with the long beard and pointy hat. Oh, he went off north just 2 days ago. He went north. I can't imagine why he'd do that. Did he say why? Barnabas says, he didn't say why. Well, let's see. Maybe he did say why. Did he say why? Let's see here. I'm looking for risk. Oh my goodness, risk level. Okay. So hey, I'm still getting used to this this system with the solo rules. So did he say why? Roll a feat die. The answer is yes if you roll. This is weird. Okay. 8 would be doubtful. He did not say why. I think I sort of want the interface on because I like the sound of the rolls. Does that work? Yeah, that's better. Cool. Doubtful. Did he give any clues to why he was headed north? Did anyone speak to him? I do not know if he knew the threat that is brewing in the South Downs, but it was not a mere trifle that drove me back here as I am. So I think for this would be like a persuade. No. Yeah, we'll say it's a riddle roll in the sense that like people start talking about Gandalf, but he sort of has to decipher what they mean by it. Let's see if he can succeed. No, of course not. Darn it. Let's see, what did I get here? I got a 1, 5 into 2. That's pretty garbage. David goes, well, I thought not. That's unfortunate. Still, I think this town needs to be warned. Someone should go there, and I'm gonna need a few days to catch my breath and heal up to not be so exhausted. Let's see. This town needs a name, obviously. So, action focus. Let's go action focus. Corrupt peril. So if we think of a corrupt peril, what would the name of this town be? Maybe corrupt. Dark Spring? No. Dark Cliff? Dark Rapid? No. Shadow Rapids? No. I like Dark Rapid. The Dark Rapids of Sarn Ford. Old Forest. I think it'd be like around here. Maybe I'd just take a little token and put it down there real quick. So, we'll take an NPC. Oh, there's Barnabas Butterbeat. Good run from Dale. We'll just toss her down there as the marker for. Actually, I hate that. Oh, you know what I could do? I can put like a little token here. handouts, rules references, the world. Here we go. Home brewed. There we go. So dark water or deep well. Hang on, I gotta scare my cat away. He's chewing on plants. Okay, I'm gonna say it's Darkford is a good name for it, or Harrowford. Ooh, Harrowford. Yeah, there we go. Create new journal entry. Create that page. No, Harrowford. Text. A small town unfound on any maps near Sarnford. And then I can go like this. There we go. Oh, whoops. Harrowford? There we go. Update map note. Yeah, that's fantastic. I think I want it to be pretty close to Sarnford. There we go. Maybe even on the other side of the other side of the ford. There. I like that option. That's a good one. All right. David says, if the whites and other abominations are moving south to the South Downs, they may be moving towards Sarnford as well. I think it would be of the utmost importance to get there as soon as possible to alert their people and make sure they're all right. So I think here we're gonna take. He's gonna take a little rest. He's gonna spend some days here and heal up. Gosh. Yeah, that's not so good. My parry is not as good as I wished it was. And I don't have, well, yeah, right, it's not. How does the Yule work in solo play? Or, not Yule, but Adventuring phase, Council phase, Fellowship phase. The Fellowship phase, Spiritual Recovery for solo player heroes, is detailed on page 119 of the core rulebook. Lore Master would normally determine the number of shadow points. Right. Fortune, those are the appendix tables. That's annoying. Oh, I just found a bunch of tables that would make this game way more playable. It's pretty great. Terrible misfortune. Oh, okay. Well, okay. Let's take a look at the advancement. This page, further adventures, experience. Here we go. What? Page scroll. What? Okay. Well, this is odd. Can't scroll down. Oh, there we go. Weird. Okay. Skill points. Further adventuring. That's not helpful. Ah. Let's go. Index. I'm gonna pause. Alright, so David has returned from his adventure to rest at the Prancing Pony. During the fellowship phase, the players can choose one or more undertakings that let them perform downtime activities directly affecting the gameplay. Tying it all together. Well, that's... Oh, I have to look to undertakings. Usually an adventuring phase will last 2 to 3 sessions. Mine only lasts 1. Of play followed by a fellowship phase, wrapping up neatly what happened thus far in the adventure. After a few games, what happens in the 2 distinct phases of the game will become more and more closely interrelated. The events arising during... Okay. Final result is the epic. Okay. Well, so... Okay. So I need to look at undertakings? Alright, so yeah, it does work exactly the same. So I can do an undertaking if I so choose. I can meet a patron. Oh, Gandalf's not around, so I don't feel like I can do that. Raise an heir. Ooh, oh, that's only Yule. Ponder stories and figured maps. Middle Earth has changed since the time when lore masters. So this is sort of like in the downtime. Like I'm gonna take what, like 3 or 4 days here. Oh, how do you regain hope? Pausing again. So I regain hope equal to my heart score. So that's 5. So I get all of these back during my during my fellowship phase, and I clear my fatigue, which is great. And then let's see. Assisting. And then I undertake I do an undertaking, gather rumors, space beyond borders of the realms. Yet looking at them is time well spent. Player here choosing this undertaking studies every map and scroll of lore they can find to learn as much as possible of the perils the company may face while on a journey. Until the next fellowship phase, apply a modifier of +1 to all feat die rolls made to determine the nature of events during the event resolution step of a journey. Ooh, that's really good. Choose this activity as a free undertaking. Ooh, how nice. Well, I can't do that. I can't strengthen fellowship. The company can choose this as a free undertaking. Choose this undertaking. Oh, interesting. Well, can I do both then, since I can take one as a free fellowship? I think that's a little unfair. I'm not even going to do the free undertaking things. So I'm going to use oh, interesting. I'm going to use my time to ponder storied and figured maps. So I think David takes some time off, but he is, he goes around trying to figure out exactly, what's the word? He wants to figure out where this town is because he doesn't know as much. So until the end of the fellowship, I get to add +1 to feat die rolls made to determine the nature of the event. Oh, that's quite good. So, okay. And 3 days later, for maybe he takes like a full 5 days, he's ready to go. And he is clear on wanting to get to the Stormford village as quickly as possible. Let's see. 74, interesting. Hmm. This is the Ruins of the Lost Realm. Because apparently there's actually something here at Sarnford already called Tyndalen. I don't think I'll use this though. I want things to be more natural and organic. But it is time we do a journey roll. Solo experience in the One Ring is often fraught with peril and never is the more apparent than during alone. An adventurer can easily become overwhelmed. That's what happened to me though yesterday when I was recording. Utilize tools like skirmish stance and it is in its associate task gain ground to stay on the move. And when things look dire, don't hesitate to flee combat to leave to fight another day. That's what I did. Oh, interesting. Combat in Strider mode operates much the same as the One Ring core rules, with a number of opening volleys depending on the distance between combatants preceded by close combat. But for player heroes who prefer bows and thrown weapons, the skirmish stance allows a solo player here to fight on the move, so to speak, exchanging ranged attacks while seeking advantageous position from which to strike. I don't use that though. Combatants on the move can attempt to gain an advantageous position against their foes, ambushing enemies, or firing an overlook. To do so, the acting player must make athletics or scan roll to the main action. Successful roll, the attacker gains 1d on their next ranged attack, plus another 1d for each successful Elven rune rolled or 6 rolled. These bonus dice can be used on a ranged attack roll. Complications, disadvantages, adversary actions. In Strider mode, the solo player finds themselves in the unique position of controlling both the player and hero and their adversaries in the path. In combat, adversaries use the weapon best suited to the situation depending on the stance of the player hero. If multiple weapons apply, the adversary uses the one which gives them the biggest advantage or greatest chance. Right, of course. When spending 6 icons to trigger special damage from an adversary, use the heavy blow special damage result unless the adversary lists a special damage option in the stat block. If using an adversary's fellow ability would give them a clear advantage in combat, they use it. Yeah. Okay, well yeah. That makes sense. Those are all like pretty clear. Like you don't want to sort of you do what makes narrative sense, and in the One Ring it's pretty gnarly. All right, the One Ring journey. So we set out. I think we go along the road this time, and then south through here. So I have this map out, the hex map. Sorry, can't really see it. I'm going to use the hex map just to map things out, just because to see how far I go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we've got 9 days to journey, which means the first thing I need to do is make a travel roll and see where our first event happens. Oh, that was a oh wow, that was actually really good. Yeah, let's see, is the that's not what I wanted. Let's keep journey. Oh yeah, solo journey events. No. Episode hunt modifier Hunt threshold. Telling table. Here we go. What's the weather like? Higher, the worst. 7 isn't great. It's middling. The weather is dreary. It's dark. Fall or autumn is the time of year, and it's definitely getting on in time. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4. So I make it all the way to about here. It takes me 4 days though. And I'm sort of tucked between. David leads his old horse Bo, sort of is tucked between these hills, and it's not the best. There's some rain that he's caught in, perhaps, things like that. It's not the greatest, but this is where we find our first event. Let's see here. An 8. Shortcut. If the roll succeeds, reduce the length of the journey by 1 day. All right, so, well, that's quite nice. Oh, hang on. This is this is ill-favored. Oh, quite bad, actually. So I gotta roll again. Oh, no. A 1? Despair. If the roll fails, gain 2 shadow points of dread. That's nice. Oh, cool. Okay. Well, I guess I have to. Yeah. At least I need to. Okay. Let me think. All right. So I got despair. And what's despair? I guess awareness, maybe? Let's take a look. This is so frustrating. Let's cancel journeys. So, yeah, despair. No, that's terrible misfortune. Oh yeah, okay. So based on the result, the solo journey event table, imagine an incident or opportunity in a way that fits the current situation and surroundings. Then make a test using an appropriate roll. Okay, so I'm going to roll on the despair table, which is a d6, 3. Nightmarish presence, awareness to sense the danger. Oh, okay, so that's quite simple. I just need to, do an awareness check. Oh, but I get +1. I get +1. So it's not despair. It's actually an ill choice. Hey, that's really paying off. Okay, great. So let's actually do that one. D6. I'm gonna delete that one. And D6 for, because I checked out those maps. Sparse wildlife, hunting to forage what you can. Okay. So hunting, ooh, I'm favored in hunting. This is good. And I also have prowess to strength, so this is actually 14, not 15. That was bad though. Oh my gosh, that's so low. Okay, so I gain, if the roll fails, add 1 day to the length of the journey and gain 1 additional fatigue. So, oh, that could have been worse, but that's still 3 fatigue. I spend like way too long. Like I can't find. Oh, this like makes narrative sense totally. I take 3 fatigue here. It's not good. And yeah, it makes sense. Like the ground is, there's not a lot of shrubbery or anything. There's not animals. If we look here, Let's go take a look. Wow, I've got a lot about this. The Great Barrow to the east Shire. By day, the scent of turf is strong and sweet, and the air itself is often still when caught between hillside and hillside, silent except for the high calls of strange birds. That's what my character saw. As one proceeds eastward, coming from the forest, the hills grow higher and steeper, their tops crowned with mounds and standing stones. When the sun begins to set, a mist rises to obscure the landscape, slowly turning into a thick and cold fog covering the land. Ooh, maybe I just get, I get sort of lost in this fog, even though I'm on the road. Like, it just like zaps my energy, and I end up just taking much longer than I need to. All right. And it takes an extra day. Does that add? Oh, yeah, it does add. Okay, so next I need to roll another travel check to see if I do well. Oh, that's a failure. So that's just, let's go to the journey rolls, the events, journey events, traveling company, journey function, yeah. Marketing test, yeah, okay. Okay. Dang it. Journey events, journey. So, where does it happen? So the next event only happens 1 hex away, which is not very far. It's like right here. Oh, whoops. So this is my next event. So let's take a gander at those event rolls again. Not good. Next day, we take another 12. I get +1. It's a shortcut, regardless. I'm out of the Darklands, so it's just a straight roll. So a shortcut, that could be handy. Spare shortcut. Here we go. If the roll succeeds, reduce the length of the journey by 1 day. Well, that's nice. I gain 1 fatigue regardless. So I'm up to 4. Oops, 4. Oh, man. Fatigue is just so killer, man. And oh yeah, I need to roll a d6 on here. Let's see. 4 is animal guide, hunting to follow at a distance. Animal guide. Oh, cool. Okay, I like that. Let's see if I can do a better job hunting this time. And this is 14 rather than 15. So I'm following like a deer. What? Oh my god. Oh, I was gonna say this is gonna be great, and it wasn't. It wasn't at all. Okay. So I take that 1, and I don't get any benefit from my good roll. But back onto the travel roll to see how far I can get. All right, success. So that's 2 hexes I get. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Before I have to do another journey roll or event. Oh man, this is tough. I'm just like my character is so tired already, you know, like, let's see, a 1, despair. Oh, but it's +1 because of my maps. So it's an ill choice instead. Yet again, another ill choice. Where's the ill choices? Spare, mishap, ill choice. Here we go. D6. A 1. Mismanaged provisions. Hunting to replenish stores. Alright. So, yeah, I just get too hungry, I guess. Oh, wow. Oh, good thing I had advantage on that. That would have been ugly. If the roll fails, gain 1 shadow point. But I don't gain a shadow point. I just gain the 2 fatigue, which isn't great. Yeah. So I'm up to 6 fatigue. Oh, man. Okay. But I'm able to replenish my stores, and maybe I shoot one of those weird birds that I heard. Something like that. Alright. I do get, oh, I haven't done this, but I do get a bonus die for my travel since I am taking the road, actually. Support die, I'll just use that. Oh, that's solid. Alright, another 2 hexes, so 1, 2. So heading towards going forward. Another d12 for an event. 9. Oh, actually a 10 because of my studied maps. A chance meeting. Ooh, this could be fun. This could be a lot of fun. Chance meeting. Here we go. D6. 3. Discreet watcher. Awareness to spot. Awareness. Oh, my awareness is not very good. Fatigue points gained. I gain 1. If the roll succeeds, no fatigue is gained. And you may envision a favorable encounter. But yeah, I failed. Oh man, that's a bummer. So I gain another fatigue point. I'm up to 7. Okay. Following the road, another travel test. I get that support for a companion, or that bonus die. 18, another success. All right, this is good. So 1, 2. Well, that seemed weird. 1, 2. Just about. We're gonna say it's right on the other side of the river. So 1 more event. Wait, there's not supposed to be an 11. Oh, right. It's because self-roll. It's because the dice don't recognize this special dice for the 1 ring. So now I need to sort of figure out what exactly is an 11. Dice, no, yeah, dice so nice. Let's take a look. It says the 1 ring. I don't know why it doesn't. Oh, I know why. If I go here. Oh, if I go here. Save. Oh, maybe I just need to make this guy my character. Solo hero. Configure ownership. Oh, I can't own this character. That's annoying. Because I'm the DM. Okay. Oh, well, shit. Great. Let's see. I guess I could just go like this. That's an 8. A 9 for this. which would be a shortcut. But I feel, well, okay, so terrible misfortune. The Sauron Eye, on the table, the Sauron Eye and the Gandalf rune are on either side. Terrible misfortune. I'm going to use the 8 because otherwise it just doesn't make any sense. So I need to start using like a roll from my sheet so that I get the right dice. Alright, so I get a shortcut, but what shortcut do I get? My cat has come to say hello. Okay, you gotta share my lap with this map though, buddy. What shortcut do I get? Let's see. Event detail, terrible misfortune. No. Shortcut. Outcome. D6. 5. Favorable weather. Explore to make the most of it. What's my explorer? Not great. Yep. Okay. Don't make the most of it. Gain another fatigue. I spend the time enjoying the weather rather than trying to, do anything. So I'm up to 8 fatigue. And I make it across. Alright. Now I come to this town, Harrowford. I like this Harrowford idea. And I also like the idea that there's always like a problem or something, or an issue, something's going on. Let's see, if I used Revelation episode, hunt threshold, no. And focus S, oh yeah. All right, circumstances. What is the circumstance? Is the circumstance a good one that David is walking into when he comes to Harrowford? That's the question. Oh, Gandalf. Okay, interesting. I'm just going to use awe because I don't have any points in it, and I want the right dice. That's again, always no with an extreme result or twist. It's a very not good. Okay. Oh. Interesting. Let's roll some Horde Old Prophecy. Oh, they are greedy. They have dragon sickness. They're convinced that everyone is out to get them. All right. David walks up to, I imagine, like a wooded wall with like spiked beams all the way up. There's like a gate that goes, maybe it opens outward because then it'd be harder to shut or harder to push inward. Excuse me. And David says, "Oh there, I've come from Bree with bearing news of ill tidings." And there's an archer on the Oh, here we go. This is a council phase. Here we go. Councils involve your player hero standing before important figures in formal setting that represent social events of considerable import, often involving discussion of vital events or tense negotiations. Okay, here we go. The guard raises his hand. He goes, "Halt there. You are not welcome in Harrowford. We have strange things about, and we do not greet outsiders with warmth or kindness. What brings you here?" And David says, "Well, a wizard sent me, a Gandalf the Grey. I believe this town is known to him. If he is known to you, then all the better. So let me in. Open your gates. I have news of ill tidings, I am sorry to say, but it is essential that your leader, or whoever is in charge here, knows them." So leader is, I need like a, let's just go aspect and focus. Stout Haven would be home. Okay. Just like strong home. Laura strong home. I think that's cool. Yeah. Nice. The guard says, "We are a small town in a vast land. Our leader is Laura Strongholm. She is worthy. She is fair." David says, "Well, I would wish to speak with her if you will not let me in the gates. At least fetch her for me, so that I may introduce myself." The guard nods. And he says, "Very well. I will have someone fetch her." And he disappears from the wall. And he says, "Your mother was a, what was it? Your mother was a horse and your father smelled of elderberries," or something like that. I don't remember. I haven't seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail for ages. The man is gone for maybe 2 minutes and returns to watch. And he goes, "Another one of my colleagues has gone to fetch good Mistress Strongholm." David nods and goes, "I welcome your help, though I wish your gate were more opening to strangers." And the man says, "Strange times call for strange measures, friend. There's no telling who we're letting in, even though you look stout and trustworthy enough." All right. It isn't long before a woman with, I want to write down her description. A woman with flowing silver hair, hard lined face, and long fingers, dressed in a dark robe, pulled tight against the eastern blowing wind. Yeah, that's cool. There we go. This level thing, I don't even know what that means. Here we go. And she comes and she goes, "Ha, who is there and what do you want, stranger, coming to our town across on ford, and methinks from Bree is what I've been told." Okay, this is where the resistance, the council comes in. As with the One Ring core rules, you begin a council by setting the resistance based on your player hero's intended goal in the interaction. 3 for a reasonable request, 6 for a bold request, 9 for an outrageous request. If you're not sure what resistance your goal entails, choose 2 of the options, make one of them likely, and roll on the telling table. Page 10 to see if the answer is yes. For the likely option, if not, it is the other. Oof. Jeez. Since they're so distrusting and they're terrified that whatever they know is going to be stolen from them, I'm going to say that 6. I think it's just 6. I think 6 is the thing. Okay. Role-playing interactions. As a solo player, it may feel strange or unintuitive to role-play with yourself, but it's important that your councils do not devolve into a series of dice rolls. Think through the discussion happening, the different motivations at play, and the disagreements that might arise. When you have a specific question about a character's response during a council, you can ask the telling tale, page 10, for a yes or no response. If you have a more general question about the nature of a topic or response, use the lore table, page 11, and envision what the answer means in the context of character conversation. What's the lore table? That's just the focus aspect. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I think the setting rating is definitely, or the challenge rating, setting resistance, or the resistance is 6. Which means council, how do councils work again? Set introduction, set resistance, done that, 6. What are you asking for? David says, Madam, I come bearing tidings of the world that one wiser than myself believes you should know about. Please, let me in, and we will have words, in more detail than I wish to have here. Speaking of such things in the open is dangerous. This is my introduction and my request. What kind of help are they hoping to get? How do they intend to get it? Is there something they are willing to give in return or to sacrifice? Okay. Introduction. The spokesperson presents the company. The roll result sets the time for the council. Oh gosh. Useful abilities example. To impress strangers, quickly revealing much about yourself. Courtesy to ask for support, especially riddle to extract information. But I would say maybe courtesy to gain trust. As I am David is trying to explain himself and why he must have entrance. And he says, I forgive me, madam, but it is, as your gods have said, a dangerous world. I don't dare speak too freely when unseen ears could be listening. Please, open your gates and let me in so I can tell you what I know. I've been sent by the Grey Wizard. Alright, so I'm gonna roll, I'll roll courtesy and my true-hearted, maybe? What's it? You are sincere and your words and actions show your honest intentions. Yeah, I'm gonna say I get inspired and I'm gonna use inspired and a hope die. That's good. Holy shit. Extraordinary success. That's giant. Okay. Combat. Fellowship phase. Oh yeah. Experience milestones. A fortune table, telling table. Oh, these are all the tables right here. Floor tables. Oh, all in one place. Special successes. Alright, here we go. This is what I needed. Oh. Okay. So special successes. Gain insight, go quietly, make haste, widen influence, build advantage. You carry forward your successes to improve your position or confidence for related tasks. Gain 1d on your next skill roll. Ooh, that might be worth it. Okay. Introduction. If the roll is a success, the time limit is equal to the resistance of the council set by the lore master, plus 1 for each icon. So it's 6 plus 7. Okay, so 7 and 8. If the skill roll is a failure, I don't have to worry about that. The skills that are particularly useful in setting up a good introduction are okay. Action. Here we go. This is the main and most challenging part of most social gatherings. From a birthday party to an official audience with a lord or lady, it is during this stage the players engage with the lore master in playing out the scene and make skill rolls to accumulate enough successes to match or exceed the resistance rating of the council. They're reluctant, so I think that they're going to take I'll lose a D, 1D. The players choose their own course of action as they see fit, but their skill rolls can be modified by the attitude of the people they're talking to. During this stage, keep track of the total number of success rolls by the company as seen on page 18, and each rolled success icon counts as an additional success. Useful skills. Aha. Okay. Well, that's good. So I've made a good impression. I think Laura Strongholm says, speak. You speak kind words, and I wish it was so that that was all that mattered. But who sent you? I hear rumblings that a wizard is the reason of your arrival. And David says, it is indeed, madam. I was sent by him to bring you good news, and alas, I am failing him, as all of the news I have is dire. There is dark things moving south from elsewhere, and this will be it. Let me in, and I will tell you more. Oh shoot! Great success. Yeah, I don't think that's really fair. I'm gonna roll that again because I think she's not interested in letting him in. Yeah, that's gonna be a failure. Okay, so 1 failure out of 8, and I'm just gonna go like that just to make sure I know. 1 of 8. She says, if being friends with a wandering old man is enough to let us open our gates, we would not stand against the intrusions of the world. Ooh, yeah, here's a good one. Oh. Failure. Failure, and that was what? persuade, I think. David says, "That is so, madam Strongholm, but take heart that there are still goodly people in the world. There is something growing, there is no doubt of that, a darkness sweeping the land, but there are still those who carry the torch, and still hardy folk, even in Bree today, who stand watch and guard." This is going to be an enhearten. She's reluctant, so I'm going to take that penalty. I am going to use a hope, and I'm going to say I'm inspired because I am true-hearted. Aha! I get the success I'm looking for. So 2 of 8, 1 success. Madam Strongholm says, "It is true, I have heard such things, but even stout men such as yourself are blighted by envy and jealousy." And David says, "On my honor, I have no jealousy when it comes to your town of Harrowford. I come bearing news, that is all. I seek nothing in return, but I owed it to the wizard, what you call a traveling old man, to come here and warn you. I wished I could bring you good news, but alas, I cannot." Scan, explore, riddle. Oh. I'm gonna say there are things moving across Bree's south that cannot be ignored. From west to east, they say, it is not one that can be ignored nor bothered with. Is this maybe too liberal of inspired? I don't know. I'm true-hearted. I'm trying to be honest. Whoa! Exerted. So that's 1 success. That's 4 successes. 4 successes. So that's 3 out of 8 with 4 successes. I just need 2 more. She nods and she says, "You speak in riddles, and I like it not. Yet you are not wholly. You are not unbelievably soft and courteous in your words. I think I'm going to use insight here, as he's going to try to perceive." He says, "I see that you have fear. What has assailed you that has caused you harm?" And here's the insight. Not going to use a thing. I'm just going to hope. Yes, automatic success. Okay, so 4 of 8 and 5 successes. Sick. Her eyes flicker. Something's in them. She says, "That you are perceptive. There is no doubt of that. We've not had visitors. We've turned all away for quite some time in fear that they would not understand our custom, our culture, and our limited heritage for what we are. We are, as I have said, small in the world. And David will say, I for one understand your fears, and they are not unfounded. But if you let your fears consume you, then there will be no hope left for any of us. Cling to hope, for it is all we have in these dark times, and I believe that these are just the beginning, if what I have to tell you bears true. And I'm going to persuade her. I'm going to take this. I'm going to just hope that I succeed. No, I do not. 6 of 8. Oh, 5 of 8, excuse me. 5 of 8. She looks to her guards. She says, there are things in this world that cannot be explained. There are dangers that cannot be dismissed. There are fears that grip the heart so subtly and so insidious that you do not even know they're there. David says, if that is so, let me in and we shall have our talk and make provisions for a grander future for your people and for your people and for you. There is no reason that any of you should live in fear, even in this growing tide of darkness. I'm going to just try to finish it here. There we go. Boom. Did it. Got it. Success. Great success even. So 6 of 8. And 6 successes. Did it. Laura Strongholm's eyes flicker and she says, very well. You have my trust for now. You may enter the gates, you may enter, but you will be watched. You are the first one to step within our gates for some time. Even the wizard did not gain entry. David looks puzzled. He came here, and you knew him. Aye, the gates begin to go open. There are like these, basically they push them open. There's like these big wheels that they roll on, and David looks on a tiny town. It's like a dozen or 24 houses built of wood. Houses is generous. They're more like shacks. They're barely more than just shelter from the weather. There's like no doors in many of them. Just gonna write a little description. Dirt roads, shacks of wood, little more than shelters from rain and wind. Many do not even have proper doors There are like hanging, butchered animals, like game animals, and a single like smith or something like that, or no, like animals and a couple wood carvers to help make bows. And that's it. Few people even have steel weapons. Many are armed with wooden spears. There we go. Yeah, that's good. He looks in, he goes, "Thank you again for opening your doors. I will have much to tell you." And he goes in to the town. Laura Strongholm comes down from the wall, and at first she looks him up and down. Oh, and now I do need to roll a travel to see how much fatigue I get ready. How does that work again? Travel council journey. Ending the journey. Company reaches its destination. Player with parts of scene and unexpected occurrence. Fatigue. Then all players' heroes can further reduce their accumulated fatigue with a travel roll. Success reduces the total fatigue of a player by 1 + 1 for each success icon. Okay, so I'm probably not gonna get rid of that much, if any. Well, I get rid of 1. So 1 is better than none, so I'm down to 7, but it's not great. Okay. Oh, and I get rid of 1 because I have a horse. I'm down to 6. Hey, look at that. Good job there, Bo. Very nice. All right. I lead Bo, or David leads Bo into the town and sets up, ties Bo up in front of Laura's home, which is maybe slightly nicer than the rest of the shacks, but not so much. I need to. Oh yeah, so they're protecting like some knowledge or something like that, and they're dragging sick about this. So I think this is where we're gonna end the session for today. It just feels about right. Session notes, Norza sessions, solo notes. Session 1. This is my session 1 notes. Add page. Session 2, or arc 1, part 2. David traveled to Barrow, a tiny shanty town near Sarn Ford. The people of Harrowford are distrusting and dragon sick. Don't know why. David, but oops. was able to talk his way into their town through the gates, but they were not welcoming. Oh, the dragon's greedy. Note for next session, maybe Laura or someone in the town is hoarding stuff, and that's why everyone is so poor. Yeah, maybe something like that. Cool. All right. Well, I think the session went a lot better. Still really getting used to the rules. It's just very, very procedural. It's not as free-flowing as Lark's Prophet and Dragonbane. I'll try to do another Dragonbane bit. I really like that system. It's a good one. But this has been the One Ring Strider mode, which is it's definitely its own game. It feels just so much different. And so I feel it's fun to explore it and see where it goes. I like David Waywood. I think he's an interesting character, and I like playing the hero. I like playing this character who wants to do good and wants to do what Gandalf says, because, I mean, Gandalf's Gandalf, right? Like, this is a part, everyone has to play their part against the rising shadow. And I think playing as David Waywood is a fun exercise. So, anyways, my name is Nors, so thank you for joining me. In the description below, you can find a page to my Ko-fi website if you want to support me in these videos. You can also find a link to the One Ring on Free League's website. All right, till then, adventure on.